we go. Rain or shine, feel like shit or not, we're here. Motherfucking Troubles Weekly, guys. We're eating good this week, though. It's all going down. We are back. We are here. And we don't feel good. Full disclosure, you can probably hear by my voice that I am fucking sick. But you know what? When I thought about it, I went, oh, maybe no show this week. And then I thought, what? Did your mom raise a quitter? Get your ass out on that field. Give the people what they want. And it may not even be what you want, but you are going to get my ramblings on professional wrestling because I'm nuts. I'll be really honest with all y'all. I'm nuts, okay? This is what keeps me fucking going, and you guys obviously as well. Unbelievable support. It continues. It grows. I don't understand it, but I am going to embrace it. And we had some things go on this week. We had further clarification on what exactly is going on with AAA and WWE. Not good situation, obviously. So I am trying to sort of like crash course myself into lucha business dealings because, I don't have enough on my plate. We did have the Miko Satomura retirement match. Unbelievable. Highly recommend. It's on Wrestle Universe. Get it. It's like $7 a fucking month. Get it for the Miko Satomura retirement alone. It was incredible. And in fact, we're going to give you a little bit of a taste of the Miko, good Lord, Satomura retirement. So, folks, here we go.
Was there? Oh, the high kick there. Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
So Hashimoto takes the back.
By the way, the girl there with the long hair and the singlet, Chihiro Hashimoto, is unbelievable.
Gotcha. Go for another one. One more for you.
Man.
Blocked it.
Blocked it.
And Manami from the side. Great job, Manami.
Oh, Manami.
Oh, yeah, Manami's great, too, by the way.
For the save for her mentor, it's Manami. She's
Also, shout out to Sendai Girls for having fucking English subtitles. Or English commentary. There you go. Boom. So there you go, folks. Miko Satomura winning her retirement match. Holy shit. How cool is that, man? What a great moment. Big fan of Miko Satomura, big fan of Joshi, and she is a huge part of what has made Joshi wrestling survive for a very long time. So I think she deserves a whole lot of credit. She's unbelievable. So thank you, Miko. Let's hope that Joshi can continue onward, but we're going to continue onward with business as usual. That is not what we're going to look at. Man, I'm like the worst of all time at this, aren't I? I'm the worst. Worst ever. No, we did not start with that match. We did start with Blake Christian, Vanilla Baby, getting that big match. And apparently this lead-in was huge. Over 1 million viewers on television alone, not counting Max or Triller. So a huge lead-in. So Blake Christian got a lot of eyes on him Saturday night. And he had a very good showing against Swerve Strickland. Wasn't long, obviously, because it's all about Swerve whooping that ass. And he did. He whooped that ass, and we got further development with Omega, sort of him and Omega being this unlikely alliance, having to go against the Elite. I smell a blood and guts coming, and I'm okay with that. I think a lot of people are expecting it to be, maybe Hurt Business, or Jesus, Hurt Business. I just went back a million years. Hurt Syndicate against MJF in a new group, or maybe Pinnacle or whatever. I think it looks like it's going to be the Elite and their little whoever they can hire as henchmen, I guess Death Riders, against Team AEW. And I think it'll be great. So this was great. I'm always huge on Blake Christian. I'm telling you. I'm shouting from the rooftops that Blake Christian is a solid performer and a great just character worker. You know, he hasn't been able to show that a lot in AEW, obviously, because he's kind of in that position right now of, hey, we know this kid can have really good matches, so let's have him have really good matches. That leads us to Toni Storm and Queen Aminata in a World Women's Championship Eliminator. This was phenomenal as well. Queen Aminata just levels up every single time you see her. She's getting undeniable. She's getting to the point where it's like, you're going to have to do something with this lady. Like, come on, guys. Like, it's cool to do this thing where we, hey, let's throw Queen in there with whoever. But at some point, we're going to have to either turn her heel. We're going to have to give her a character. We're going to have to give her a purpose here. Because I kind of get when people get frustrated with AEW in certain ways, and this one included, where it seems like they just plug people in when they need people plugged in, and they don't really think about what are they going to do after this. And I think they've really done that a lot with Queen Aminata. She had it wasn't that long ago, she had this very match where Toni was dressed up like Mariah, and everyone thought back then, including me, that, hey, this should really be a wake-up call to Toni, that you don't need to just plug her in as a job person. Like, she really could be something. We'll see. I mean, I know they're kind of building her and Serena Deeb for the ROH Women's Pure title tournament, which I'm like, let's work on AEW. You know what I mean? Like, let's not just give away shit for Ring of Honor. And let's be real. Ring of Honor right now is just a sitting duck thing. It doesn't have TV. It doesn't really have teeth. So I don't know. I thought it was great. Toni knows the worth of Queen Aminata. She gave her a shit ton here. It was a really good match. But again, Storm Zero hits. She gets the win, and she gets out of there. And we'll get into later the women's eliminator match for tonight on Dynamite. But, we got to get to a point here. You know what I mean? I love seeing Toni wrestle everybody. Just maybe give it a little more purpose for those other women that are losing. And that leads us to the best fucking wrestler alive. Max Caster with another open challenge, and he's out here. He's, listen, guys, he knows how good he is. That's the thing. He comes out, he has the patent. It is legal that he is the best wrestler alive. He comes out, he's doing his rap, and he gets hacked, folks. The set gets hacked, and we are given hologram at the entrance, and he basically makes quick work of Max Caster here. A little funky, kind of maybe not the best styles mesh here, but it didn't matter because it didn't last long. We get the portal bomb, which I love that spinning fucking blue thunder that fucking hologram's doing. Big win. We're told hologram's 23-0. That's not at all true. He has lost, but I do love this shit. A lot of people were mad about this online afterwards, and I was like, guys, it's fucking wrestling. Do you really think Goldberg won 100 and whatever fucking matches? No, of course he didn't. Come on, relax. Sometimes I think people need to back up a little bit. Look at it from a different perspective. Quit being so fucking annoying. That's where I'm at with it. That leads us to Anna Jay. I don't have the graphic loaded up. I really apologize. It wasn't much here because it was just her winning with a job match against Taylor Gainey, apparently, with a gory bomb. It looked great. And then Penelope Ford came to the ring to set her up for Megan Bayne to come to the ring and destroy her with Fate's Descent. I did see a lot of people mad about that, and I get it. Anna Jay, one of those people from OG AEW that here she is coming back, and she just kind of gets thrown to the wolves here. But Megan Bayne's over, folks. You got to go with that hot hand. And sometimes, hey, I always say it, but Kevin Sullivan's got the quote for a reason. Some must die so that others may live. And boy, is there not a quote about professional wrestling more apt than that one. Tornado tag match. This really just became a street fight. The Crew, hate the name, can't get behind the name. I hate the COVID-19 fucking Jackets they got, not good. I don't like it. I don't get it. But you know what? A lot of you do, so that's awesome. And they are very solid performers going up against Top Flight. I feel like this fucking angle's been going on since last year. And I think I'm right. So, you know, we get a little fucking bow tying here going on. And this was really good. I was really shocked. I was shocked. See, I'm telling you guys, I'm out of it. Is that what I should do every week? Just tell you I'm sick? And then that way when I fuck up, I'm like, see? Oh, I fucking meant to do that. I didn't mean to do it. Yeah, so I love Top Flight. Have loved Top Flight since day one. I hate the injury problems they've had where it's like either fucking Dante's leg snaps in half, Darius has a fucking car wreck, this guy tears a labrum. It's fucking crazy. So it feels like they're finally full force. They have been doing great work here, and this is no different. They're fucking just doing every flip you can imagine, and they really did a good job with the plunder as well. You know, just throwing each other on chairs and fucking trash cans and all that good shit. And I will say this, I was very shocked when I saw Action Andretti hit a 450 and beat Darius. The COVID kids win this fucker, and I'm like, whoa, okay, so we're gonna keep doing this angle. I'm not mad at it. It's just like the thing with Queen Aminata, right? Like, these guys can't just be fucking floating in the ether of the tag division. You got to do something. At least give them a tag title match, something here, folks. My God, I'm begging. At least, you know, that's the thing, right? That's the one criticism with AEW is the lack of focus sometimes. They're much better now than they have been in 4 million fucking years. Don't get me wrong. But it's still a problem, right? So, really good match. Again, I'm not like the highest guy in the world on the crew. Or crew, whatever they're fucking calling themselves. Either way, solid match. Don't know why more people weren't talking about it, honestly, because it was really good. Speaking of really good, the Ring of Honor World title, Bandito. Boy, you want to talk about a savior of our sanity. He fucking saved us, pun maybe intended, from that Jericho learning tree shit that we were held hostage with. And he wins the world title, thank God, at Dynasty. And ever since then, he's been having fun little bangers, you know, on Ring of Honor, I would say TV, but Honor Club. And here, he gets a great opportunity to show his lucha chops against Dralistico. And Dralistico, a guy, came back, has been looking really good. They've done a good job of anytime there's a big lucha match, he's in it. And, you know, obviously he's part of LFI, all that good stuff. This was great. This was, hey man, I don't know anything about lucha. What would you recommend this match, to be really honest? For any American that wants to get into it, I think this is a perfect example of super high, not only high tempo lucha stuff, but just high level shit. And two guys that can do it and make it look good. And indeed, they made it look good. Judalistico hitting that springboard fucking code breaker. That thing looks nasty. He gives Bandito everything he's got, but at the end of the day, it's that 21 plex from Bandito that keeps the ROH World Championship on him. I know I'm sounding like a negative Nancy, maybe because I feel like shit, but maybe I'm seeing differently, folks. I'm seeing differently into the void. And, you know, this is just like, I love it. I'm so glad Bandito's the ROH World Champ again, but again, give Ring of Honor something significant on TV. Like, don't just throw them on your AEW TV. That just feels like it's just another fucking thing that wrestling companies do when they acquire a property and they don't know what to do with it. And I love Ring of Honor. I love the vibe. I think they could really use it. I just don't understand Tony. It seems like he just doesn't fight hard enough for Ring of Honor to get a TV deal. I don't know what else it could be. He's just like happy in that Honor Club thing. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, I'll say this. I am one of the suckers. I pay for it $10 every month. I love it. I love it for the library alone. And then I like the new product, but I'd like it to be a higher quality. And I would like to see it on TV. I really do. I think it deserves that. Guys like Lee Moriarty, Bandito, Athena, for God's sakes. Red Velvet's leveling up. There's a really good, like, even just ROH only roster there. I wish there was just more eyes on it. That's all. LFI's Roosh comes out, destroys AR Fox. Another guy, man. Let's fucking strap a rocket to this man right here, Roosh. I mean, he's great. He always delivers. He's intense. I mean, he's one of those guys that the second he came to AEW, I was very excited. And another guy, injuries, backstage shit has just kept him on the sideline. I like the new look with the crazy, like, fucking gear he's got now. Let's go. Let's push these LFI guys. Let's make this something. And now that you have Collision on top of Dynamite, and Collision's been gangbusters lately. They're doing monster numbers. Like, this show did 700,000 averaged viewers for the whole show. That's huge. That's bigger than a lot of Dynamites. So I'm glad that they're throwing guys like Roosh on there so that they can be exposed along with guys like FTR and Paragon. Let's go, man. Let's make this a thing. Let's make Roosh a big deal because he deserves it. He's one of those guys from Lucha that has kind of fallen off, right? Like, people don't talk about him like they used to, and it's a shame, man, because I think he is very, very talented. We shall see what the future holds because, you never know. With AEW, it seems like they level a lot of people up. None bigger than FTR, right? My God. We all were like, can they just turn fucking heel? That whole thing with the rated FTR deal at the beginning of the year where we're like, okay, like, if it's one match, it wasn't one match. It was like 2 months of misery of like, why do we give a fuck about this? They finally turned on Copeland, put him the fuck out at Dynasty. It was great to see. And then a similar story with Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, right? They were in this Undisputed Kingdom thing that was just doing nothing. It was just sinking to the bottom. Everyone's like, what the fuck is this? And more importantly, it just reminds everyone of that horrible devil angle. So here they go. They repackage themselves with this Paragon name. It's just them and Cole now. It's streamlined. It finally feels more of what that NXT Undisputed Era thing was. And I'm very okay with that. I love that they got fucking Killswitch Engage back for music. Fuck yeah, do that. And I'll say this, it's very clear that TK is very high on the Paragon guys. And that's good, because I think they're very talented. I look at Roderick Strong and I'm like, I mean, fuck, this guy's already been the international champion. He's had some high-profile matches. Kyle O'Reilly just now getting back to any sort of normal. I mean, he was out for so long with that horrible injury. So it's nice to see. And they, these two teams, Paragon and FTR, they have really good chemistry. I know people were laughing at them their last match. There was a lot of fuck-ups in Vegas. I mean, that shit's going to happen, right? Like, that's the nature of living in a live television week-to-week fucking world. We're going to see people fuck up. That shit doesn't bother me, right? But what does bother me is when you don't give things enough time. This had enough time. These guys did their shit. They did a lot of really, strong mat work. Specifically, O'Reilly was just tying people into knots. And FTR, when they're heels, they are so good at turning up the heat with the intensity of just beating the shit out of people. And that's what they were doing here. And all four guys are all about that. They have no problem beating the fuck out of each other and laying it in. And I love that. That's what I love about pro wrestling. So kudos to these guys. At the end of the day, we had some fuckery going down. We had Stokely coming out. A lot of distractions going on. And at the end of the day, FTR spike Kyle. They get Kyle with the stuff pile driver and they beat him. So the heels get the win there. Cole comes out. He's trying to check on his partners. FTR just hits Roddy with a shatter machine, fuck it, or a big rig. And they corner Cole. Garcia comes out for the save, and Stokely and FTR fuck off. And Garcia gets on the mic, which you're kind of like, okay. And he's saying something about, your pieces of trash. You're the worst I've ever seen in my life. You want to stab me in the back. You didn't dig the knife deep enough to finish the job. Now it's your problem. Week after week, I'll be after you. I think he turns and joins them. That's what I hope, honestly. That is what I hope. I think Another guy, I think Daniel Garcia is a better heel. I just do. I get why everyone's all about it and they're fucking excited, and I get it, right? Like, we all were excited when he got the TNT title and he got that push and he did the MJF stuff and they kind of teased that he might go to WWE. Yeah, that renewed our interest in Daniel Garcia, but I think since then it's just more treading water. Like, what are we doing with this guy? He's just a fucking generic babyface. I don't want to see that. But I do want to see Dynamite. And it is tonight, as of the release of this podcast. We know 3 matches that are on the card. Of course, TK loves to throw the late announcement out there, so I'm sure that will come. Follow my socials that you see on the screen. If you're listening on audio, it is Troubles Weekly on BlueSky, Troubles Wrestling Pod on Threads. I'll fucking fill you in on all the live shit going on because this shit loves to change. And I love that, right? We got an all-star 8-man tag. I love this shit. A lot of people hate the multi-mans. I love them. And this is a beautiful little motley crew on both sides. You got Mark Briscoe, Kenny Omega, fucking Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey against Okada, Ricochet, and the Bucks. This is amazing. This is exactly what I want in my pro wrestling. Every single weird fucking gimmick, every single weird thing. And let's be real, I've said it a million times. Mark Briscoe, the most underrated guy in the fucking business today. He's going to make all those other 4 guys look amazing. He's going to be there for everything. Ricochet is like emerging as a top heel in AEW here. I mean, my God, this guy has been phenomenal. Okada kind of coming back from an absence. And so this, to me, is going to be a test of how good is Okada going to look here? And I mean, I never doubt Okada. Don't get me wrong. I'm not doubting him. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see him come back and have a high-level match for the first time in a little bit. Of course, the story here is Omega and Okada for the first time ever in AEW in any form going head-to-head. This will be special. If you don't know what AEW is, and you wouldn't listen to this if you did, but either way, this is one of those matches for all of you that have friends that are on the fence. Have them watch this match. Have them witness, the crowd witness Okada and Omega face to face. I think that is going to be unbelievable. Just like I think the women's eliminator match will be Miyu Yamashita coming in to hopefully challenge Timeless for the championship. She's got to win this match first, and she is one of the few women that have won a women's world championship eliminator match. She beat Thunder Rosa in Tokyo Joshi years ago, trying to do it again, 2, not in a row, but 2 consecutive wins against AEW women's world champions. Miyu is amazing. She is as vicious of a striker as you're going to see. This match I expect to be stardom goodness. And Miyu, I hope to God, gets the win. I hope Miyu gets a push here. Joshi G put up a great point the other day somewhere, and I don't remember where. She said, I really don't understand AEW's lack of Joshi involvement. And you see WWE and they use it, right? Io's the women's world champion. Julia's like the next big thing coming up. And it's a shame because AEW has women on that level. They just don't use them. You know, like Sheeta's just sitting at home doing nothing. I know there's a lot of visa issues and stuff because, you know, we live in a really shit fucking world. But I hope that this is sort of a sign that Tony starts looking at the Joshi element. And again, they have a great working relationship with not only Stardom, but Tokyo Joshi. And Tokyo Joshi has really great talent, obviously, like Miyu. Shoko Nakajima is there. They got Hyper Misao. Shout outs to her. There's so many great women in Japan right now, regardless of what company. So let's see more Joshi involvement in AEW. Come on, that was a huge part of the women's division when it began, and it was a fun part of the women's division when it began. I hope this gets time. I hope that this is a launching point, because I'd love to see this again and again. This is the wrestling I want to see. Women beating the shit out of each other. We get more of that, but it's men beating the shit out of each other. The other semifinal, we know Will Ospreay's in the finals. He's waiting at Double or Nothing for the winner of this. Hangman has been on a redemption tour, and Kyle Fletcher has been the biggest piece of shit like every time he's in the ring. So this will be magic. These two guys are at the top of their game. It's for high stakes. It's potentially, you're 2 matches away here, essentially, from a world championship match. Fletcher's never had one. Hanger's been the champion. He wants it back. This will be phenomenal. I don't doubt that this will get huge time. And I mean, I think that it could be on the level of the Ospreay Takeshita match. If all the stars align, obviously that's a lot of fucking, a lot of claim right there, right? That was one of the greatest matches in not only AEW history, but in modern wrestling history, I believe. But I think these are 2 guys that can do that as well. And they've done that as well. So this is phenomenal. And to think that this is just their fucking Dynamite, this is just the top fucking show that this company does. This is just their weekly show. Fucking Fletcher and Hangman could be a main event anywhere in the fucking world. It's who knows what the main event's going to be tonight, but either way, it's going to be a marquee match. I mean, I think AEW is just hitting on all cylinders, folks. It is really a special time to get into the ground floor of AEW because they are emerging. They're doing it again. There's a cycle. Listen, people want to say wrestling's not a cycle. I'm telling you it is. I've seen it happen in front of my eyes. I've seen great products die because people just weren't interested in them. And I've also seen what's happening with AEW right now where the interest is increasing ever so much. And I think that this is AEW's time. 2025 is a beautiful time for AEW to rise up. I mean, good Lord, look at how fucking awful WWE's TV is right now. And I'm not just shitting on it. I'm being very objective here. I'm just looking at it for what it is. Who the fuck wants to see Logan Paul in a main event of any kind? And don't get it twisted. It is the World Championship. So it is a main event on some level. That's all I mean. You say you love wrestling, then fucking come watch the wrestling. You're not going to see a fucking guy from YouTube in title matches. Okay? Everyone was giving shit about Big Boom AJ, right? He wasn't in a championship match. He was on pre-shows. So anyway, I think it's a beautiful time. And with that said, that's what I have for you this week. Thanks for fucking hanging in there with my shitty fucking voice and my awful cough. But until next week, hopefully I'm better next week. If not, maybe I come on here in a fucking iron lung. And you guys are like, I can't hear you from the machine running. I'm still going to do it though, because I'm crazy. I'm a sicko, if you will. And I'm a sicko for the sickos, folks. I'm here to give you guys the takes as if you need them. But either way, until next time, keep loving wrestling and don't be a dick.